Hi YouTubers and welcome back to my channel. Today we're unboxing something that I'm super excited about, a brand new AVA Evolution P80 pressure washer. The reason I chose this particular model was because it outranks the competition both on performance and price and comes with a warranty that dwarfs anything else out there. Now anyone who's owned a pressure washer before is most likely familiar with it lasting a year or two before something goes wrong. AVA is a Norwegian brand who are aiming to buck this trend set by other manufacturers. They are building reliable pressure washers that last, and to back this up, include up to a 20-year warranty. That's huge. Most other manufacturers only offer a standard 1-year warranty, with Karcher recently increasing their warranties on products to 5 years. In comparison, this Evolution pressure washer comes with 20-year warranty. AVA's entry-level pressure washers come with a 10-year warranty, which is still double that offered by Karcher. Although this video is primarily focusing on unboxing and assembly, I've linked to a video in the corner which is a more in-depth review of the Evolution P80, where I cover its features, the accessories included and how it performs. Let's start by looking at how it arrived after ordering it. It comes in a sturdy printed cardboard box with a couple of tie straps to seal it and to help with lifting. First impressions, this looks like a premium product. It has the model listed on the side with the bundle underneath. It's 160 bar max with a flow rate of 600 litres per hour. This is the 2800 watt version and comes with a 10 metre steel reinforced hose. The large bundle comes with the zoom lance, Vario and turbo nozzles, a premium foam cannon and a zero force short trigger gun. This model comes with a 20-year warranty. This side shows a couple of photos of the pressure washer in action as well as a picture of the pump assembly. The back shows pretty much the same as the front. And this side mainly focuses on the 20-year warranty. The box is well packaged, but you can see here that the straps have dug into the box during delivery. The integrity of the box is still solid, so this is purely cosmetic and expected considering the box weighs nearly 30 kilograms. Let's start by removing the tie straps. Clear sellotape has been used to completely seal the box, so I'm using a Stanley knife to open it. You can see on the box lid flap there's a reminder to register your product for the warranty. Make sure you don't forget. Inside there's a tray containing the manual and toolkit, the zoom lance, the foam cannon head, and what looks like the pole which holds the hose reel. Under the cardboard tray is the main pressure washer body. I'm going to move the box onto the floor to make it easier for me to lift it out. I only have it on my bench to make it easier for filming. There's a handle on the front of the pressure washer which makes it really easy to lift out. Inside the box are some more boxes which I'll open in a bit. You can see here there's a slot for the lance to clip into the body and a graphic which refers to the pump installed in this model. On the front you can see the power switch and water inlet connector. Moving around the side you can see the power cord reel. Then down the back are vents to dissipate heat from the pump. 2 large rubber coated wheels and the high pressure hose outlet for the reel at the very bottom. I'll just get the packaging out of the way first. Now for that satisfying sound made when you remove the protective film from a shiny surface. Considering I've just removed this protective film, the black plastic surface looks like it has a haze on it. Not sure if this is made from the type of plastic that mars easily. Next, I'll open up the white boxes that are sitting in the bottom of the box. This box contains the main hose assembly and the foam cannon cup. This box has the hose reel handle, accessory tray, and the zero force short trigger gun. The final white box that's slotted down the side of the pressure washer must contain the remaining parts. You can see here there's a connector for the zoom lens. The Vario nozzle. You can see here it has 3 settings. The inlet filter, what the hose pipe will connect to, looks to be made of aluminium. What looks like a service kit containing various rubber O-rings for perishable parts. The turbo nozzle. The handle for the power cord reel. This just had a smudge on it which I've wiped clean. And finally a Ziploc bag containing several screws. The first part of assembly is to connect the high pressure hose to the pump outlet. Remove this panel in preparation. Thread the 90-degree elbow under the axle and push it into the outlet connector until it clicks. Now push the hose into the guide and under the 2 tabs provided. With the hose reel pole, make sure you have the holes at the bottom with the small hole facing the pressure washer, then push into place. The panel that was removed earlier needs to be reattached, making sure to slot the tabs on the left underneath the tabs on the pressure washer. One of the 9 screws provided is shaped differently to the other 8. The instructions show it in a different colour, however mine came in all the same colour. The one on the right is the odd one out. Now use 3 normal screws to fix the panel in place. The supplied Allen key fits all the screws needed during assembly. The The next step is to attach the hose reel. Make sure the swivel lock is in the unlocked position and pull open the two halves to make it easier to insert onto the pole. Slide it on until the hose reel sits at the bottom of the pole. Next, connect the high pressure hose to the side of the hose reel. Push it in until it slots into place. Now get the C-clip and insert it into the holes, which will lock the hose in place. You'll need to use a hammer to tap the C-clip into place so that it rests flush on the brass connector. This is what the pressure washer looks like so far. Use a couple of screws to clamp the two halves of the hose reel bracket together. Make a note of the hole with the zip tie through it. Line up the tabs inside with the handle, then it simply clicks into place. You can see here with the lever in the unlocked position, the hose reel swivels freely, then with a quick twist clockwise, it locks the reel firmly in place. Next, the nozzle tray attaches to the top of the pole like so. Once firmly in place, looking from the front of the pressure washer, the screw holes should be lined up ready. Using a normal screw, insert it into the back of the nozzle tray. Then from the front, twist the hose reel out of the way to gain better access. Then this is where you use the screw which has a different profile to the other 8 screws provided. The wider collar on the screw head helps it to clamp the nozzle tray. Now the power cord handle needs to be attached using one of the normal screws. Next, the power cord needs to be routed so that it can be stored in the cable reel. This tag shows that the power cord needs to be fully unwound before it's plugged in, otherwise the coils will create impedance which could cause the wire to heat up and melt. You can see the slot here what the power cord needs to sit in, thread it through from the front. Now push it into the slot. Insert the plug into the centre of the reel, now wind it up. Because the cord is new, you can see it binding a little. I imagine this will improve once the pressure washer has been used a few times. Now if anyone has been counting along the way, you'll have realised I've one screw left. Looking back over the instructions, I realised I was meant to put a screw into this hole. There are 3 holes in total, and I put one into here and here. The instructions only state to install 2, so I think this might be an oversight. Either way, I'm inserting the last screw into this hole. To finish up, attach the water filter hosepipe connector to the inlet pipe. This only needs to be hand tight. You can see the nozzle tray has tabs inside that allows the nozzles to clip securely so they don't fall out. The zoom lance also needs a little assembly. You can see here there's a key that means it can only insert one way. Line it up so it fits flush onto the lance. Now get the C-clip that was attached to the lance and insert it into the slot. You can push it in most of the way by hand, but this isn't completely flush. It's important this C-clip isn't protruding from the slot, otherwise it might get stuck when the zoom lance is fully retracted. Use a hammer again to tap it all the way in. The premium foam cannon doesn't need any assembly. The 600ml cup has ratios and percentage markings down one side, with decilitre markings down the other side. The pickup hose has a triangular cut in the end to prevent it creating a seal on the inside of the cup. The length is long considering the height of the cup, but this is so it can also be used with the 1 litre cups that can be purchased separately from AVA. The lid has a rubber seal, and here's the pinhole that ensures the cup doesn't create a vacuum when in use. The fan blades don't fully close. It has a ratchet mechanism, which means once you have your desired setting, it won't accidentally twist and adjust itself during use. The knob on the side also uses a ratchet so it doesn't adjust inadvertently and has markings from 0 to 9. I'm just testing here how the threads line up when attaching the two parts together. There's a little resistance, but I think this is down to it not being used yet. It takes 1 full turn to lock. The cup weighs 66 grams. The lance head weighs 319 grams. With the total weight 385 grams. The Zero Force short trigger gun looks good and feels good to hold. You can see it has a child lock switch to prevent the trigger from operating. This lock doesn't allow the trigger to be locked on when in use. Instead, this gun has something better, a Zero Force trigger. You can see here, after initially pulling the trigger, this needs very little force to keep it on, and this will help anyone who might get fatigue in their fingers from prolonged use. The switch here is a quick release mechanism allowing the gun to be disconnected from the high pressure hose. The zoom lance slots and locks into the gun easily and has a solid high quality feel to it. You can see here there's a little play. AVA has a locking collar to prevent it flexing, but I also intend to test this to see if it can be used without locking the collar. Disconnecting is also smooth and easy. The turbo nozzle is a slightly different shape to the other connectors. This is by design to prevent you using it in the short trigger gun. It's too powerful to use in close proximity, so it will only attach to the zoom lance. The Vario nozzle on the other hand clips in as expected. If I attach the zoom lance, I can then attach the turbo nozzle to it. You can see here the subtle differences in collars just underneath the green parts of each nozzle. Connecting the hose to the short trigger gun is easy. You can see here it can rotate, which will help reduce twists in the hose. Ejecting the hose on this occasion is a little tricky, although I think this is mainly down to new seals being tighter than usual. The foam cannon fits on the back, just make sure the adjustment control is on the outside, otherwise it doesn't fit on. The zoom lance then slots into the side of the pressure washer nicely like so. The pressure washer also comes with a first aid kit containing spare O-rings for seals that might perish over time. Providing you don't misplace this, I think this is a great proactive idea, which means if one of the seals does wear out or gets damaged, you're up and running again in a matter of minutes rather than having to order spare parts and wait for them to arrive. Just out of interest, I'm going to weigh the pressure washer now it is fully assembled with these luggage scales. A touch over 25 kilograms. Here's a close-up of the pressure washer now it is fully assembled. I think this pressure washer looks really good and cannot wait to give it a test drive. Up to this point, I'm really impressed with this pressure washer. The box was sturdy, everything inside was well packaged to protect it from damage during shipping. The pressure washer itself feels really good quality and assembly was straightforward. I'm excited to see how this pressure washer performs, but for that, watch this video, which is a more in-depth review of the Evolution P80, testing its features, the accessories included, and how it performs. Well guys, that's it for this video. I hope you found it useful. If you did, please don't forget to like and subscribe. Subscribing's free, and it just means any future videos I release will show up on your feed without you having to search for them. Thanks again for watching, and I'll see you on the next video.